Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Jai. So we have with us Acyuta Priya Prabhu, who is here in Ukraine, acting in which service? Your main service?
I'm doing service of regional secretary for Ukraine and Moldova.
Okay, for both. Okay. And we would like to discuss a little bit this morning about the concept, general concept, let's say, of Varnashram, and how Ukraine being, I was told, very much an agricultural-based country, how important for us as devotees and for ISKCON in general and for Ukraine as a country that was very much agriculturally based is the concept of Varnashram, for example. Can you speak a little bit on that?
Yes, Ukraine was a breadbasket for basically more or less whole Europe. It's nice climate, nice for producing bread, etc. Not so much it is a breadbasket these days because of mismanagement, this and that, anyways, economy.
Yes.
But of course, for devotees, there is a really pressing need to be more dependent on the land.
Yes.
Because of quality of food. We see now, these days, in supermarkets, quality of food is very bad. So we're trying to encourage devotees to do their own farming. Even if they stay in cities, sometimes they stay in private houses and they have some just piece of land to
Yes.
their houses. So it's nice to grow, like my wife, she's growing some cucumbers, tomatoes, at least a little bit. And it's life getting cheaper this way. And the quality of food is absolutely different.
Yes.
So it is important. I will see. I see it will be important, much more important in the future. And speaking about Varnashram, of course, Varnashram is something what Prabhupada wanted us to do. How to do that exactly? That's big question. I don't think anybody has full answer for that.
Yes.
It's not so simple, especially considering that Varnashram, meaning not only village Varnashram, but also in a city, because even in Vedic times there were cities and
Yes.
Varnashram existed there. How to do it practically is a big question. Although I could see, being in a moment for 36 years, I could perceive that our society getting naturally divided in positive sense, divided and different devotees, they working together on a common field. For example, if they incline to village life, they producing some food in the village, and even in a temple, we can see that devotees stand in a temple, and they naturally been involved, even if they stay for a long time, they involved in some particular service which suits their nature. Their, I'd say, prarabdha karma. Of course, we know that judge devotees according to their prarabdha karma or their bodily designation is offensive. And we are not doing that, but they're naturally doing what they incline to do. And to avoid that negative aspect, I wouldn't say negative aspect of Varnashrama, but negative aspect of dividing people into different classes, to avoid that fighting and that dissatisfaction and envy between different classes of people, we should be really promoting, first of all, number one, that all of us are devotees, and we should encourage loving relationships. Basically, it doesn't matter what service we do, but we should be really serving each other.
Prabhupada called it classless society.
Yeah, that's basically, yeah. We should never forget, on spiritual realm, we all devotees, and someone who does service, very simple, menial service, could be much more elevated spiritually than any Brahmana. That's quite possible, isn't it? So that's, in my opinion, what we should really stress, first of all.
Right.
And then devotees, we cannot designate, we cannot label devotees, you're this and you're that, but they have to choose a labor or service in which they're maximum effective, basically.
Right.
And then that would be a natural arrangement of Varnashrama, basically.
But in one sense, isn't ISKCON doing that? Didn't Prabhupada also designate some individuals in a process also for identifying Brahmanas?
Yeah, that's naturally. But that's what I mean. There must be opportunity of services,
Right.
and someone can be designated to do that. But if he cannot, he should choose some other service that's natural,
Right.
which corresponding to his or her nature. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. One question that comes to mind is, in the same way that Prabhupada introduced Brahmanas or appointed Brahmanas or initiated individuals as Brahmanas, have you ever given any thought whether ISKCON down the line would also initiate individuals as Kshatriyas or Vaishyas?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Absolutely. The problem is that if you're asking devotees who they think they are, they're all saying they're Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, some saying they're Vaishyas, but only ones who really making a lot of money. But all others Kshatriyas and Brahmanas. And never, well, very rarely I met devotees who thinking they're Shudras, which is maybe true, because all devotees are Brahmanically inclined because of following sadhana and taking bath, clean clothes. That's true, but on this basis we cannot divide society.
Right.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying it should become natural. Otherwise, if we designate somebody as a Shudra, nobody would accept it.
But if we understand, if we even call it another name like servant, because basically Shudra is servant, and ultimately even Brahmana is servant, of course.
Yes, everybody's servant.
We're all servants.
Yeah, we're all servants. That's true.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's what I meant saying. It's not so simplistic.
Right.
It takes time and a lot of experience to build up society without war between different classes.
Right.
Because history shows that usually all revolutions start when people, different classes start clashing, fighting.
But do you think, for example, especially promoting the rural aspect, without neglecting, as you rightly mentioned, in Vedic culture there are cities, but at the same time, majority of people are actually in rural areas.
Better stay in rural environment.
And within that environment, our natural propensities, our nature, comes out probably more easily.
Yeah, that's, of course, that's nice.
What are some of the efforts here, let's say in Ukraine, and that you see within ISKCON that can help us to move forward in terms of understanding more and applying more some of the basic concepts and principles? You mentioned one, of course, encouraging people to grow food.
Yeah, we have some initiatives of people going forward with village life. We're trying. I believe we have very few people who moving from cities to village, unfortunately. It's difficult.
Should we be encouraging that?
We can encourage, but
although not easy.
it's not easy. So I'm very much expecting that with the preaching in village, we can be more effective in that. Because
Any active projects or programs from our city temples to go to the villages, just like for preaching, for example, outreach?
we have some. Yes, we have some namahatas and some people, some devotees based in villages. Yes, we do have. And when we encourage local village people to become devotees, they grown up in village environment. And when they start work, because village life takes a lot of work, physical work.
Yes.
And they're much more effective than city people in that, and they make it 5 times more.
Right.
In 1 hour, they make it 5 times more work.
Yes.
You know, whether it's cows or land or whatever, they really love it because city people really, it's much strain for them. Some people like it, but not many.
Right.
You have to.
What would be the percentage from your, let's say here in Ukraine, percentage of people still living in villages, approximately?
Total population.
Total population.
Maybe 40%.
Okay. I heard something like that, between 30 and 40.
Yes, not more, definitely.
Right. Everywhere we know, including India, it's going down, of course. Yeah. Do you see this as part of what we as ISKCON should be doing, trying to encourage and facilitate possibly some of our devotees who are not, let's say, involved in frontline preaching, to consider, especially for their children and their family?
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Sure. That's nice. Definitely. For kids, it's very nice.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they get spoiled so much in cities.
Yes.
Yes, that's wonderful.
Right. We brought Nandi, one bull here, and I've been spending some time, so many people, devotees, and especially young children, probably first time in their life, some of them touching cow.
Yeah, cows is another topic. It should be, it definitely is a very nice program. And this program should be done in a very responsible way, because we had some cases just recently I was informed about case that some devotees, they have 17 cows, and that person doesn't know what to do with the cows.
Yes.
He cannot really serve all those cows. And in some places, people had to sell cows to karmis.
Yes.
We all know what it means, basically.
Yeah.
So devotees should be very careful with that, very careful, because cows, they family members.
Yes.
They should have enough of land, their private land,
Yes.
to start this program.
Yes. Maybe one last question. What advice would you give to devotees in terms of wanting to know more about or be involved in this more, we could say, traditional lifestyle? Because Varnashram is bringing us to a more traditional, simple lifestyle. How to move in that direction in general?
I believe they should more associate with the people who do it practically, and spend some weekends maybe going there, like
Right.
devotees from Kiev. Sometimes they go to a village where devotees based, and they spend some weekends there, see, try to work, feel how it goes,
Yes.
how it suits you. It's in any case, it's a very nice experience
Right.
to be living more closer to land, to earth, down to earth, down to earth.
Back to basics.
Yeah, back to basics.
Correct.
It's the quality of life is really different
Yes.
living on the earth, and much more goodness.
Yes.
I think it's very good
Yes. Yes.
idea.
Okay. Any last point you might like to add, or you've made already some nice points?
Yeah, I'm not, myself agricultural worker,
Right.
but I love going to the village and spending some time there myself. I feel much more rejuvenated, So I think even for frontline preachers, it is important that we have village projects.
Right.
Otherwise, I could see people who live in cities, they becoming like maniacs
Yeah.
in some, sense.
Yes.
Because life very artificial, just cars, concrete,
Yeah.
glass, steel, machines,
Yeah.
polluted air, polluted food, everything so bad,
Yes.
so speedy,
Yes.
so much passion and ignorance. So it's just to remain normal human.
Yes.
One need to go once in a while to village and raise head and see sky,
Stars.
yes, stars, trees, cows, see how birds living,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I think that's important, otherwise humanity become more and more degraded, engrossed in lower modes of nature.
Yeah.
They're not, in that case, they're not so much open to spiritual life.
Yeah. True.
They're not interested.
Yeah.
They live in an artificial, virtual environment.
Good. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhupada.